So yes, today live review of the Celsius Energy Sunset Vibe Sparkling Mango Orange Passion Fruit. This is a sugar-free one. 140 milligrams of caffeine. And a bunch of other nonsense in here. Vitamin C, B12, B6, riboflavin, niacin. There's some taurine, but it's a low dose. You got calcium in there just so you feel good about yourself. What is this? Biotin. That's not usually in here. In these things. Biotin? What even is that? We need to expand our knowledge. What is biotin? What am I drinking right now? B7. Oh, it's B7. Found in foods like eggs, milk, and bananas. Biotin deficiency can cause thinning of the hair and a rash on the face. Thanks. Stands no chance against my 300 triple shot French vanilla Java. Oh, this thing? Yeah. We'll have to get around to one of these. I have this one, and I have the other one. The what is this, mocha or something like that. The wake me up coffee. Yeah, we'll get to that soon. I'm trying to like, the mocha seems harder to find. I got it at Sobeys. And it was on sale. That was fucking sweet. I'm trying to like do them so that I never do like the same brand twice in a row. So on Friday I did Monster Ruby Red Fantasy Ultra or something like that. So I didn't want to do another Monster. So I'm like, I think I have more Monsters and Rockstars and Red Bulls than other brands. So we're going to do them more often, but I'm trying not to do the same brand 2 days in a row. So we'll do a lot of the big brands, but we gotta try some of the smaller ones too, just to make it interesting. You know, we can't just rapid fire the same ones off over and over again. So as we know of this Celsius Energy, I'm assuming this is a clear beverage, natural color. I would assume, I suppose, natural color. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm so wrong. The sparkling orange was clear, wasn't it? This one looks like radioactive yellow. It's not even like energy drink yellow. It's or piss yellow. It's like this fluid is radioactive. Oh, don't tell me this thing's broken too. Okay. I would be so mad if this thing was fucking broken. Starting to get real tilted. All my shit breaks because of random midday power spike. Dehydrated piss yellow? Not quite. Not quite. It's got more of a like radioactive glow to it. It's not quite like that piss yellow. It like looks more unearthly, like it's radioactive or something like that. That being said, there's some nice volatiles coming off of this. I definitely can smell the mango and passion fruit. Carbonation seems good. Some nice, passion fruit and mango is where I would go. What's the other thing they say on the can? Orange. I'll get suggested here by the can. Orange is hard for me, but I can get there. It does kind of have that slightly like artificial flavor aroma about it, like you know what you're smelling isn't real. If that makes any sense, but it's mostly on the passion fruit. There is a slight kind of generic sugar sweetness on the bottom. I'm assuming that's like artificial sweetener. I'm trying to see if I can get something else out of it. Like, one of the things that really surprised me about, like, that Monster Original is, like, I could kind of get, like, a vanilla thing out of it, which I think is, like, a mix of, like, whatever the flavoring they use is, and the real sugar, like, kind of coming out as a vanilla. And this one, you can kind of get that, like, little bit of artificial sweetener, kind of slightly chemically hollow note. That's one thing I think I notice about difference between, like, sugared and unsugared drinks is, like, the sugar-free, like, they feel hollow, if that makes any sense. And even the aroma, it's, like, hollow. There is, like, a peach in there, too. I'll give it peach as well. I think that's fair. There's also, like, a weird freshness about it. Like, this is a weird reference, but I guess it's a chemical reference, so it makes some amount of sense. Like, you know, when you go look at, like, a wall of deodorant, and there's those scents that are like fresh rain or something like that. Like that kind of scent. Which is, I guess, a little bit perfumey, but not that bad. Like tropical rain. No, well, maybe tropical rain makes some amount of sense here, considering there's some, like, fruity kind of components. But I was thinking more of the, like, almost like kind of generic fresh rain, mountain rain kind of scent. Sometimes you get in there and you don't get that mango, and then sometimes the mango pops out. So it's kind of interesting like that. Not a bad nose. I was kind of hoping for, like, a little bit more, like, sweet vanilla thing, but it's not bad. All right, so let's go. Celsius Sunset Vibes. Drink. On the palate. Cheers. Good carbonation. It's kind of weird. The main, like, note component it's a strange note. It ends in kind of like the finish has, like, it's not straight artificial chemicals. It's, like, got something else in it. It's like dusty or something, like, not the same way as a dusty whiskey. I don't. Trying to think what that is. What is that? There's some kind of, like, dusty note in the finish. It's so hard to. I know it's different than a regular dusty note, so I'm trying to, like, focus in on what is that. Yeah, orange mango on the palate. What is that? It's not like that artificial sweetener chemical note. It's like something else. It's weird. Like, I want to say it's like sandy. But it's not that salty. It's maybe a little salty. It's like... not like cardboard. What is that? If I had to say right off the 300 means 300 milligrams, yeah. Right off the rip, I want to call it like it tastes like sand. But that's not quite right. I almost want to go to like a stale grain. Like not malty or anything. Like the popsicle stick after you have an orange popsicle. That's a good place to go. Like an orange, like if you have one of those generic orange popsicles with like the two sticks, but you've eaten the popsicle and all that's left is like the popsicle stick with like the remnants of the orange flavor. Something like that. Something like that. They've managed to make that whatever that chemical aftertaste that normally appears in the finish, like some kind of mildly interesting note here. Aroma's about the same. Again, there is a bit of an artificial sweetness chemical thing in the nose. It's not my favorite. But it's like pretty good. On the palate, you're going to have that explosion of fruits right immediately. And then you kind of like get a bit of a mid-palate transition. So there is like a little bit of like acidity or chemical-ish kind of flavor at the late mid palate, back palate area. That's not my favorite, but pretty good, really. Honestly, better than I expected. All right, so let's talk about the aroma at 25. Okay, we gotta kind of have like peach, mango, passion fruit. Orange is a bit of a stretch for me on the aroma. Palate, it's I feel like it's fair, but on the aroma, it's a bit of a stretch for me, but you can get there. A little bit of that hollow artificial chemical sweetener. And like something that reminds me of like a fresh rain, mountain rain, tropical rain deodorant. Like pretty good, actually. A bit emergent. 19. All right. So on the palate, an orange and passion fruit really spike early palate. Get some of that little kind of artificial sweetener acidity note in mid palate. It's not bad, but it's not the best. 15. That like random chemical note in the mid palate really ruins the palate. Actually curious about the 300 stuff now. What are you curious about it? Alright, now on the finish, let's get a good sample here. All my opinion? Oh, okay, yeah, we'll see. How much different do you feel it is than like if you have the vanilla one? If you can compare it to like Mean Bean, Monster Java, or Starbucks Vanilla Double Shot. Some slightly pleasant flavors on the finish. Get some of that fruit in there. And then you transition to that kind of like orange spent popsicle stick note. It's actually way better than like tasting chemicals. It's not perfect, but it's reasonable. 16. Feels muted. Yeah, see, I think what it is in order for them to put that much caffeine in the can legally in Canada, all of the caffeine has to come from brewed coffee. That's the only way they're allowed to do it. So that means that they can't, like, probably get as much, like, masking flavors in there. Because they have to mask twice as much caffeine, and they have to do it in a very specific way. So, like, it tasting like nothing is probably, like, the best case scenario, because it probably is supposed to taste bad. Messi or Ronaldo? I'm assuming you're talking about soccer. I know you want me to say football. But when I look at those words, I don't think about football. I think about Messi Room or Ronald McDonald. I'll take Ronald McDonald. It's like they went out of their way to hide something in the flavor. Yeah, because there's probably so much like bitterness in there that they just don't want you to taste bitter. Again, caffeine is very bitter. Like the actual flavor of caffeine, it's bitter as fuck. So the whole point of these beverages is to try to deliver you caffeine without it tasting bitter as fuck. That's why if you make a black coffee and don't put anything in it, it's fucking bitter. So imagine your black coffee, except it has like 6 times the amount of caffeine in it or whatever. So it's fucking bitter as fuck. So, getting to a neutral point, that's probably a pretty good compromise. Now, I'm not a flavorologist, so I don't know for sure, but that's what I think is happening there. All right, the texture, again, the carbonation on this seems really good. And it's not bad on the stickiness, although it is leaving some amount of trace of like artificial sweetener in my mouth. I can kind of taste it. Kind of like right now. So that's not optimal, but it's not sticky. Give it a 6. All right, so to 15, how do I feel about Celsius Energy Sunset Vibe drink? Honestly, not bad for a artificial sweetener one. Not bad. The flavor masking in the finish is pretty reasonable. There's a good punch of fruit flavors on the aroma. Palate's disappointing. Palate is definitely my least favorite part, and I probably should have been harsher on it, honestly. The thing is, like, right at the beginning, it tastes pretty good with all the fruit flavors hitting on the attack. The mid palate does suffer with some amount of like artificial chemical sweetener acidity kind of notes that really kind of ruin the palate. But it kind of transitions into like this spent orange popsicle note instead of like just artificial sweetener gunk on the finish. So that's kind of nice. Would I buy this again on my own? I don't know. It's definitely better than the other Celsius one that I had. But for me, it's still not better than anything with straight sugar in it. So that's to me, it's still a kind of a, you know, not optimal. But it is pretty distinct, I think. Pretty reasonable. Does it stand out? A little bit. I'll go with Nate. All right. So we put these together. 19 and 15 and 16 and 6 and 8. 64. Wow. Okay. That's more than I thought I was going to give it, but okay. 64. That's fair, I guess. It's still only good, though. 65 is great. That being said, that's a really good number. That's a really good number. Wowzers. Actually, not a bad one. The orange one was fucking horrible. And this one, pretty good, actually.